Welcome to WebsiteUpgradeTester.com, the new cloud-based tool that helps you test any upgrade, service pack, or security patch to your website. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 primary steps involved in testing your upgrade when you're running under a multi-server testing environment. Let's take a look at that environment now. Under the recommended multi-server testing environment, you clone your production web server to 2 development servers. The first clone will become your before server. It is left alone running the pre-upgrade version of your site. The second clone server will become your after server. It will be upgraded or patched with the new software prior to the start of testing. Once you have these 2 servers in place, you're ready to get started. Here are the 6 main steps. The first 4 steps are required, and the last 2 are optional, only needed if your site has enough dynamic, randomized, or interactive content to warrant performing these 2 additional steps. In the first step, you create a named site and specify the URLs to your 2 development servers. Here you can see we called our demo site Canvas. We also chose the upgrade process configuration of separate servers and specified the URLs to each of our 2 testing servers. If your site is behind a firewall, no problem. Simply choose one of the fixed IP address options and we'll let you know the IP addresses of our servers so you can open a hole in your firewall temporarily. Next, in step 2, you'll tell Website Upgrade Tester which pages to test by creating a page set. A page set is simply a list of URLs from your site. You can have the tool test all of your pages or just a subset. To manage your page sets, click on the page sets icon in the left side toolbar. Then click the blue New Page Set button to create a page set. As you can see here, there are several options for adding pages. You can manually add items, import the list from a CSV file you upload, have the tool spider your site, or import the list from your sitemap XML file. Once you initially create a page set, you can manually add, update, or delete any of the members. Here you can see the page set we used in our Canvas demo site. You can drill in to see and manage its members. Any pages that you want to omit, you can exclude from the page set. Step number 3 is where the real work begins. Since you have 2 servers, one pre-upgrade and one post-upgrade, we now want to create a combined run. A combined run takes digital snapshots of each page specified in the page set against both the before and after servers. Here's how you create a combined run. The first 2 icons allow you to see the results for baseline and comparison runs. Since a combined run is the combination of the 2, you can open up either and click the New Combined Run button. This opens the dialog where you give the run a name, specify the page set to run against, choose the screen sizes that you want to test, and specify the root URLs for your 2 servers. You can specify a login to use under the Authentication tab if you want to test the site as a specific user. You can also optionally schedule the run to happen in the future. We're going to run it right away, so we'll skip the scheduling. After a short period of time, your run will start processing and you will begin to see results coming back. The combined run is doing 3 tasks, represented by the 3 donut charts. First, it takes a baseline capture of the page pre-upgrade, then a comparison capture of the page post-upgrade, and then it digitally compares the 2 snapshot captures, pixel by pixel, to see if anything changed. If nothing is different, it is marked as same, otherwise different. In step number 4, you'll review the differences that were found, then tag them so you can go back and address any issues. The simplest way to see your differences is to click the Comparison Runs icon in the left side menu, then inspect the status of your run. There is a group of numbers under the Screenshot Compare Status column. These represent the details of the comparison. If you have differences, you'll see this blue View Differences button. Clicking it will filter to a listing of pages with differences. So here you see all the differences. If you have a large number of differences, you can use the filter bar above. Or you can search for specific pages as well. Clicking the magnifying glass will open the Compare Status dialog. To see the before or after version live, you can click the appropriate link. Then, You can view the differences in one of several ways. Side by side, which shows the before, after, and redline screenshots. Flicker, which alternates the before and after images. Slider, which allows you to expose more or less of the before and after images. And a single image of the before and after or redlined screenshot. From within this dialog, you can also tag the difference by adding a new or selecting from an existing tag. You can navigate through pages like a carousel by clicking Next or Previous. And existing tags can quickly be picked from the tag bar. Step number 5 is optional. If you have many pages that are different due to dynamic, randomized, or interactive content, then you need to mitigate that content to remove any false positive differences, or in other words, differences that were not caused by the upgrade. If you don't have these types of differences, great, you're done. Otherwise, the tool offers several ways to mitigate this content. One way is to create a CSS-based dynamic region to exclude that portion of the page. Let's do that now. Here's a page that shows a difference in the page's main header. Looking at the live version reveals that this is because the YouTube video is set to autoplay. So when the screenshot was taken, it was at a slightly different place in the video. To create the dynamic region, we will need the CSS selector of that video. To get this, inspect the element by right mouse clicking on the video and choose Inspect. Looking at the code, we can see a parent div with a class of video wrap. Let's use that to identify the element. You can add and manage dynamic regions from several places. The most straightforward way is to click the edit icon for a specific page. From here, you can select an existing dynamic region or create a new one. Let's add one now to remove that video. Give the dynamic region a name, and in this case, keep the type as CSS selector. Then specify the selector. Let's output a placeholder instead of removing the element entirely. Just give it a title and choose the size and colors you want. Now you can test the dynamic region by clicking the Test button and choosing the screen size to test. Looks like it worked. No more video. Now save the dynamic region. You could apply this dynamic region to all pages, but for the demo, we don't need to. In step number 6, now that we have created dynamic regions, we need to rerun the comparisons to apply the mitigations. Here's the page we applied the video wrap dynamic region to. To rerun it, and any other pages, check the checkboxes next to them and choose the Rerun Selected option from the More Options menu. This will invoke a dialog allowing you to choose which actions you want to perform. In this case, you want all three. Rerun the baseline, rerun the comparison, and compare the two screen captures. The rerun of those pages will start. In a few seconds, you'll see the status as the run progresses. All of the pages were processed, and now those pages compare the same, meaning that we successfully mitigated the dynamic content. If you have a large number of differences, you may need to repeat steps 5 and 6 as you locate other dynamic regions. Once you have all the major occurrences of the dynamic regions mitigated, you should be able to quickly go through the remaining differences to see the changes caused by the upgrade. That's it, we're all done. Those are the 6 main steps for testing your site after an upgrade. Simply create a site, specify the pages to test, run a combined run, review and tag differences, and then if necessary, mitigate your dynamic content and rerun differences where it makes sense. Thanks for listening to this video on websiteupgradetester.com. Be sure to check our other videos for more detailed information.